Today we are sponsored by Spike Brewery here at West Coast Throwdown, and we got 3 more DJs up in the house for you today, going by the name of Easy Buckets, DJ Autograph and Mixmaster Mange. So it's the Throwdown, baby, and we do this shit live. Right, first up we have Mixmaster Mange. All right, we're practicing social distancing here, so we'll give it the elbow. So Mange, right, just for the people out there that don't know who you are, who are you, where are you from, man?
I am from Västerås, a city in Sweden. I moved here about like 10 years ago now, I think.
When you say here, what do you mean?
Gothenburg.
Right.
So I'm 33 now, and so I lived here since I was 23, yeah.
All right, cool. So how long have you been playing music?
I mean, I started really early when I was like 12 years old, 11. I like heard scratching on hip hop tracks, and I thought like that was the coolest thing ever. And when I was like 15, 14, I saw like in a catalog like, oh, you can actually buy a turntable. So I bought like a Gemini turntable, like a crap one, budget one, like I have to say.
That's really cool. What kind of mixer were you using with that turntable?
Yeah, that's the thing. I bought that one and I didn't have a mixer, so I was just scratching, and then I got a little bit like bored, like I need a mixer, so I can't really continue with this. But then 2 years later, when I was 16, I saw this like Gemini UMX3 mixer on like a discount, so it was only like 900 crowns or something, and I was like, yeah, I can afford this. So I bought that one, and that is when I like started scratching.
So at that point you
16 years old, yeah.
So at that point you had one turntable
and mixer, yeah.
And you were just practicing scratching. So scratching is what got you involved with DJing.
Absolutely.
All right, because a lot of people start off as being record collectors or and stuff. So the music, your music style obviously was influenced by the scratching as well.
Exactly. I would say like scratching is my main thing, and like mixing is something that just came along, you know. So I mean, of course, it's like hip hop and stuff like that. I've always been really into like mixing break beats and that kind of like style, like old school looping and you know, like b-boy battles and.
Right. So you started off DJing before you came to Gothenburg, then?
Yeah, I did. But it was like no one else in Västerås that scratched that I know of. So I was just like practicing at home for years and years. And it was not until I moved here that I met other scratch DJs.
So who were you, I mean, when you were at home back in Västerås, who were you looking up to, like, as in the world of DJing at the time?
Of course, it was those, you know, Third Rumble, Qbert, Invisible Scratch Pickles, and all those guys. You know, all these battles you saw, like, you know, of course, like DJBattle.net. Like
yeah, I've heard of these shows.
Yeah. So you know, like all people putting up stuff there.
All right. So when did you start like thinking, right, this is something for me, and you know, you got your skills up, and you're going to take that skills out of the bedroom, out there into the public? When did that happen around?
I would say when I was like 20 years old. Can't really remember. But but I got some gigs, you know, and like in school there was some events, and I was like, I can DJ, I can scratch, and do some showcase.
So were you using your own equipment when you were doing that as well, or?
Yeah. I bought like one Technics turntable, and then I bought another, like from working really hard during the summer, and then the next summers I really had to, you know, like.
So if you looked at like any kind of Swedish DJs that were doing stuff at the time, I mean, can you remember anybody that you thought, oh right, that's a nice DJ?
Who was that? Well, of course, you know, like DJ Confuse, Kid Sid, and.
So you were in that kind of era then of
exactly.
Kid Sid, so. I mean, you're a young guy, I guess.
I think is he younger than me or older? I don't know.
I think he's around 30 something.
I'm born 87, so.
All right, so you're same kind of era, yeah. So like, when did Techniques come into your life then?
Techniques?
Yeah.
maybe when I was 17. As I said, I worked really hard for my equipment. Like one summer of just working, like spending all those cash that I earned on one turntable. Next summer, those cash on another turntable, and then like Christmas gift, birthday present combined from my parents was like a Vestax 05 mixer.
So you had
then I had my all the gear, you know.
So that's where you mastered your arts. Then you would say with the Vestax and the All right. So how long ago was that then? I mean, you were saying you were 20. You were around 20, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when I was 20, I was like starting to get out there and play, and I mean, I also been playing a lot with like always liked that to do like shows with artists like rapper and more that kind of thing I've been doing. I haven't really been like constantly like playing on clubs and that stuff. Like when I'm asked,
so more showcasing and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, kind of like playing with artists and stuff like that. And like when I get asked if there's like, okay, I can see myself playing here, I do it. Like if someone asks me and I mean, I'm playing hip hop and they like think that I'm gonna play something else, I'm like, I'd rather just like
so
don't play.
What's your weapon of choice today? I mean, when it comes to you're using techniques, yeah, obviously, yeah. But what kind of mixer are you getting down with?
I'm using the S9. I was pretty late on Serato. I used vinyl for quite a time there before Serato, and then I don't know. I bought the Rain 62, and then just like when that one came out, the S9, just a year or a couple of years later, I just had to get that one because I thought that was more possibilities.
It became like, I guess, the standard for turntablists is the S9.
Yeah, and I can't really see myself buying another mixer in the near future. I think I'm gonna have that for a very long time.
So the Rain 70, nothing for you, no?
No.
72?
No. that one has all things I got, you know.
Right. Okay, I'm going to ask you 3 questions, yeah, that I ask everybody that comes in here. And it's like, the first question is your worst gig, your first gig, and your best gig. So if I go back and say your worst gig, yeah, this is like when something happened that has never happened, or the worst thing that could possibly happen to you at a gig. It doesn't have to be like public, it could be like equipment, it could be like an incident that happened while you
I remember it was like a b-boy battle thing combined with some concert at Röda Sten, like outside. I don't know if it was like 3 years ago or something. So it was like the weather was kind of nice during the day, and we had that b-boy battle I was playing. It was fun and all. And then in the evening, this was going to be this big concert, and I was going to play with some artists there. And it's just like started raining, you know, it poured all the whole stage, you know, it was bouncy needles, you know, it was skipping, it was impossible to scratch, and like there was no one there watching.
I can imagine. All right,
that was the worst gig.
So that's your worst, yeah? If we go to your the second question, the
best gig.
No, the best. We're going to save the best one for last, yeah.
First gig.
Yeah, first gig.
I think that was at a festival in Västerås where I played. It was like a hip hop stage or something.
Right.
It was like, it was cool.
How old were you then?
19 maybe.
And how many people?
Maybe, I don't know, like first gig. Yeah, maybe that was in school then.
Yeah, all right. But if you're looking at public, how many people were watching you up there?
Mom, dad.
All right then.
Maybe 20, 30, 40 people.
Oh, well, that's cool. That's cool. And we'll go to your best gig that you can remember. One of the best ones, the highlights. You're going to have many, but just pick one of them, one of the top 10.
I mean, just that I can think of now is like last year in Slottsskogen during this Valborg.
Yeah.
And on that stage I played with a group band that I played with a scratch, and they played the saxophone and
nice.
Rapping and singing, you know, so it's kind of like...
It's a nice life.
Yeah, live thing, and I mean, it was just so many people. Like, it's like a feeling of standing in a crowd with like thousands of people.
Yeah, those days are gone at the moment. Yeah, we're hoping we're going to get back to something like that.
I miss that, you know. Yeah.
But listen, all right, I've held your time for too long now. So, what can we expect you to do today, then, man? What you got for us, man?
Yeah, as I said, like I go into different kind of stuff, you know, like scratching, mixing hip hop, mixing b-boy breaks, whatever. Now I'm really into like mixing 45s.
Alright, nice.
vinyl records. So I think that's fun, you know, because you can find all kinds of crazy remixes and DJ edits, like in limited copies, you know.
Well, that's all good,
So,
man. That's how it used to be, you know, back in the day, before MP3s.
And they're not so like, I mean, it's easy to take in with you instead of 12 inches, you know.
Yeah.
It's so much easier.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. But anyway, then, I look forward to this then. So first DJ up today is Mixmaster Mange.